Hey, how's it going? It's Sam Frost here, and in today's video I want to talk about the reason why LinkedIn advertising is generally more expensive than Google ads or Facebook ads or basically any of the other self-service digital advertising platforms that are out there like Twitter ads, Pinterest, those kind of things. So what's important to understand from the outset is I'm speaking generally here. You may find, depending on what it is you're advertising, your industry, your offer, your creative, all those kind of things, you actually get better cost effectiveness out of LinkedIn. And when I speak about cost, I'm primarily referring to those top line metrics. So your cost per 1,000 impressions or CPM, your cost per click, those kind of things. It might actually be that with LinkedIn you get vastly superior conversions because the audience quality is higher, and so even though you're paying a greater cost per conversion, it's actually more profitable when you look at what you get out of it in terms of revenue and so on. I can't really comment on that without knowing the specifics of your business, but in general LinkedIn is one of the more expensive digital advertising platforms. Now, why is this? Well, really the biggest reason in my view is because of the targeting capabilities you've got on LinkedIn. So Facebook, for example, is great if you're wanting to target consumer level offers. So if you are selling, for example, golf products, so you've set up a shop somewhere and you want to advertise to people in your local area who like to play golf or who have an interest in golf, you can go on Facebook and you can find people in your local area who've got golf as an interest, who like to play golf. You can even do the same thing on Google. You could go on Google and do display advertising to people in your local area who going on golf-related websites, or you could do search advertising to people searching for golf equipment, or even YouTube advertising on people who are watching golf videos. There's all those kind of consumer-level targeting options you've got. With LinkedIn, there's not so much of the consumer targeting element. There's demographic targeting that you do have, so gender and age range bands, but where the sort of secret sauce is for LinkedIn is you've got so much more power to target people on a commercial basis, so on the basis of what they do for employment or in terms of running a business or anything like that. And that's one of the reasons why LinkedIn ads, or the primary reason why LinkedIn ads is more expensive, because if I'm selling an offer that's suited to other businesses or people who work within other businesses, especially things like large corporates or larger organizations, I want to go where I can reach those people more reliably, and I can do that on LinkedIn easier than I can do it on Facebook, and possibly easier than I can do it on Google. Now, I don't want to get too deep into whether you've got an offer or a business model that suits sort of demand fulfillment, in which case Google ads, or Google search ads at least, might be the best option for you, or demand creation, i.e. you need to make people aware of your offer and make them want to go and seek it out, which is what you can do with Facebook ads and LinkedIn ads and Google display and YouTube and those kind of things. That's a topic for a different time. I'll leave a link in the description to another video that goes into more detail on the specific topic. But in terms of actually reaching the right type of people, if you're trying to sell something that's a business-to-business offer, or you're trying to reach people on the basis of their commercial or professional experience, where they're working, the types of companies they work for, the type of job they've got, or even seniority level within a business or job function, all those kind of things that aren't so easy to do on Facebook. There's some elements of it, and once again, aren't so easy to do on Google. With LinkedIn, you do have that power, and that's where the additional cost comes from, because advertisers like myself or the clients I work with or other businesses, we're willing to pay more money because we can target more specifically. So if I want to find senior mechanical engineers working at companies with more than 50 employees in Australia and New Zealand, in businesses that are in the food industry or defense and aerospace, that's just a random example I've pulled off the top of my head. I can't really do that on Facebook or Google very easily. There might be some kind of workarounds, but they're not going to be as effective as going on LinkedIn and picking those demographic targeting options that you've got and building out your audience. And you can get quite specific with it as well. I've run some very specific campaigns on LinkedIn in the past to relatively small audiences, 500 or 1,000 people in the audience size, depending on what it is we're looking to do. And those campaigns, we're happy to pay more money as an advertiser because we know we're reaching the right type of people. That's key. If you can get a better quality audience, you're going to be prepared to pay more money. And the other thing is the offers and promotions that tend to run on the LinkedIn ads network are often ones where the advertiser stands to basically make more money if they generate a good lead or make a sale. So if you're selling a small little golf app, for example, to people who like to play golf, something like Facebook ads or Google display ads or even search ads or YouTube, you're probably not going to be, they might be better platforms because you're probably not going to be making quite so much money out of each sale. On the other hand, if you're promoting some high-level offer to C-suite executives or to senior engineers or whatever it is, and that one lead or sale might be worth thousands, tens of thousands, potentially even hundreds of thousands of dollars over a longer period of time, then guess what? You're going to be happy to pay more money to advertise. So really the reason why LinkedIn ads are more expensive is because of the targeting specificity. It's not to say that Facebook ads and Google ads and other ad platforms don't have great targeting options. It's just with LinkedIn, you do get the ability to target people on their basis of their professional expertise, their career history, what they're doing at the moment for work and business, and the types of companies they work for, much more effectively than you can on any of these other platforms. Now, that's not to say that you can't do things with other platforms to target these people via alternative means, but for many advertisers, the advantage of LinkedIn, especially if you've got a business-to-business type offer, is you can go in and you can say, I want to target people working at the kinds of companies I want to reach. You can even put in specific company names depending on if the companies are large enough. I want to target people based on the industries they're working in, the types of job titles or functions they've got, and overlay other demographic criteria as well and build out a very robust audience. So if you've got a specific sales training course for business development managers working in the aerospace industry, for example, you can go and target those kind of people much more easily than you could on any other platform. So that's why you pay more for LinkedIn ads. Basically, you've got the ability to target people more effectively for certain types of offers that tend to be the kinds of offers that people are willing to pay more to advertise because they may be more profitable. And that's what flows through to those higher cost per impressions or cost per thousand impressions, CPMs, higher CPCs, all those kind of things. But remember, what matters at the end of the day ultimately is, are you actually turning a profit on your advertising? So even if you're paying more for LinkedIn ads, if you can get the right quality leads, and I can think of a few projects I've worked on over the last year, for example, where we got leads off, say, LinkedIn and leads off Google, and we paid a whole lot less for leads off Google ads, using things like YouTube advertising and display and search, but the quality was nowhere near as good as what we got off LinkedIn, simply because of how precise the targeting could be on LinkedIn. So even though the LinkedIn ads, the cost per lead was much higher, what that actually turned to in terms of business revenue generated was far greater. So even though the sticker price was pretty shocking for the LinkedIn advertising, the actual profitability of those campaigns were greater than what we did on other platforms. So that's why LinkedIn ads that's the main reason why LinkedIn ads costs more money compared to some of these other platforms. Now, as I said at the start of this video, your mileage may vary depending on what it is you're doing. So if you're working in an industry and you try LinkedIn ads versus Facebook ads and Google ads and so on, and you find LinkedIn actually costs you less, don't come and hate on me for saying what I've said already in this video. It's very much a sort of generally speaking kind of topic. But yeah, hopefully you found that helpful. If you've got any questions, please do let me know. Please like this video if you found it helpful and subscribe for more digital marketing advice.